plus 140, but I think that's just like throwing out money. Like I said,
The price sucks.
he said he'll possibly withdraw. I can't do that. I think, honestly, John Rahm at plus 450 to lead this group is pretty damn good value. I think he's going to be in contention on the back nine on Sunday, and I like the price. He's coming off of a fourth-place finish in his last LIV tournament, so he's still in form. I think, obviously, the type of form that these players are in, especially LIV players, means a lot. I like him at this number. Obviously, he plays well at Augusta. Playing in, and the one player that it doesn't matter really how well he's playing before the Masters is Brooks Koepka, because he just doesn't give a damn about anything else except for majors.
Yeah, it's like
and
Jimmy Butler in the NBA playoffs. You know, like that's him on the golf course, because he doesn't feel pressure. Because at the end of the day, what does he care? Like either he's winning a green jacket,
gold jacket, green jacket. Who
either
gives
he's winning a green jacket and a bunch of money, or he's already rich. He's going home to all of his endorsements and his beautiful wife.
Aren't they doing Happy Gilmore too, by the way?
They are. That's why that's in my head.
Man, I
Nathan's
can't wait
all
for
into
that.
it because he's a hockey player now. So
Good
we've
for
watched
him.
every morning. He wakes up and watches Happy Gilmore. It's actually amazing that you could get sick of Happy Gilmore, but you can't.
It's not possible.
You can't at this age if you keep watching it.
Well, you know, kids like to watch the same movie over and over again, so I understand that. But you're right. Yeah, Brooks Koepka is.
I'm all about Brooks this weekend.
He is he's on a bunch of side quests. Who is it that said that about Jimmy Butler? He's on a bunch of side quests until you get to the playoffs.
Oh yeah, well, who was that who said that?
I
think
remember.
it wasn't Bam, but it was somebody. I think maybe it was like Josh Hart.
Now, while we're talking about the top five, can I tell you about my favorite top five bet that you can make? All right, so you can bet who's going to be in and out of the top five. Malik Neighbors right now, drafted in the top five, is sitting at plus 175. Now, here's why I love it. Right now, he and Marvin Harrison Jr. are widely viewed to be right next to each other, 1A and 1B. Harrison is minus 1,200 to go in the top five. Neighbors is plus 175. That is like somebody help me with the math here. That's like an 8 or 9 times better odds for Neighbors. And the thing is, they could both go in the top five. Pick 5 is the Chargers. As you mentioned, they traded Keenan Allen and Mike Williams. Their wideouts are awful. Yeah, this is a great opportunity right here. I love that. If there was one pick out of the top 5, I was going to bet Malik Neighbors plus 175. Moving up in the draft and getting a quarterback or two, different conversations, I believe. So let's talk it through a little bit. I think the angle, if I'm looking at all the props and all the different ways I can bet the Vikings here, the one I like is the Vikings drafting Michael Penix. That is a plus 470 and does not require the Vikings to make the big move up. Now, I know you guys have seen all the mock drafts. They all have the Vikings moving up in the mock drafts. But it's a lazy, easy narrative. It's like, okay, the Vikings need a quarterback. Let's move them up to a position they can go get one. Then there were 31 other teams that aren't interested in helping the Vikings do that. So let me tell you why I think the Vikings moving up is a low probability, way lower than what people are talking about. One, it's really expensive, right? It'll cost them the 2 first-rounders this year, first rounder next year, maybe a second, maybe a third. Really expensive. And the first 3 picks in the draft are 3 teams that are desperate at quarterback. They're not moving out of those spots. And are the Vikings going to pay a king's ransom for the 4th best quarterback prospect? I don't think so. And then also, if you're going to try to make a move for J.J. McCarthy, right, you may have to battle the Giants, the Titans, the Broncos, the Raiders, maybe even the Jets, who could be planning for life after Aaron Rodgers. I mean, other teams may want to go get that pick too, and they don't have as far to move as the Vikings do in many cases. So I think there's a lot of reasons why the Vikings don't make that move that everybody thinks they're going to make, and then they wait and they look at Michael Penix. They got 2 cracks at him, which is part of the reason I love the plus 740 or 470 on this. They got 11, they got 23. They could move that, up, down, between. They got a lot of flexibility nobody else has gotten. They've got the 2 cracks at Penix. So I like that. Of all the ways I could bet the Vikings draft, Michael Penix plus 470 is my favorite.
Yeah, were him and Anthony Davis pregnant? I mean, they have headaches, they have nausea.
That's called the flu, buddy. That's ravaged through this studio very recently.
But they've had the flu. LeBron and AD have been sick more than anybody I know.
Careful what road you go down right now, buddy.
I'm never sick.
Is this something really the conversation you want to have?
This is something that Suits have made up because I caught COVID once, and because my grandmother died, and I wanted to go be with my family. Like, this is just what happens when you do a show 365 days of the year, and one guy's here all the time, and then he doesn't show up, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, Horvat's always sick." No, Horvat has an 11-year-old son who sometimes gets the flu, and he can't just abandon him to the dungeon. I can't say, "Sorry, Nate, we can't watch the Flintstones movie together, bud. You got to go in the shack like the girl in the movie Cabin Fever that was dating Sean Hunter."
We're just saying that you're doing the same type of unfair criticism as has been levied against you.
Okay, I think I show up to work way more than LeBron and AD.
Cut that out. Cut that. Put that on social. Ryan shows up more to work than LeBron and AD combined.
I'll say definitely
PJ,
Anthony
real
Davis.
quick, look how many games LeBron has played this year.
I don't need to. Ryan's missed more.
Good, I'm going to miss more coming up here.
There you go, buddy.
June, I won't be here.
There you go. That's all you got to do.
I might quit.
You know what? That's fine, damn it. Then you do it if you got real mad over that. And you know what? LeBron's not going to quit, though. You know why?
Why?
Because he's a gamer. And you know what? He and Jordan don't quit. And you won't either, damn it. I believe in you. You know who else doesn't
Jordan
quit?
Did quit.
The Orioles. Well, yeah, that's right. No,
Twice.
he was.
Oh, by the way, AD's in the concussion protocol, so you can stop with all of that. AD's sick all the time.
Since when is he in the concussion protocol?
1 hour ago, they've announced that AD is in the concussion protocol.
He's been wasn't he just in the concussion protocol too?
Here we go.
He was. How does he keep getting concussed? It's basketball.
You know they're like correlated. 1 concussion, 2 concussion, 3 concussion,
Okay.
retire
How?
concussion.
When was Anthony Davis concussed in a basketball game?
I guess he had a really bad contact to his head the last game. They brought him back in.
Did he get popped in the face against the Wizards too?
All July and August, all I talked about to you guys was Drake May, and I would have taken him number 1. I'm more of a Caleb guy because of his ceiling. But Drake May, I mean, yeah, he's 6'4", he's 240, whatever. He's athletic. What I like is the 15 to 25-yard throws, like the intermediate stuff. I mean, he could see over the linebackers, get the ball over the linebackers. I just think he's going to be really damn good. And then the knock on him is ball placement and decision-making, and he takes too many sacks. But, I mean, you're putting him in a pro offense, not North Carolina's offense. He didn't really have a downfield threat until Tez came back like week 7, week 8 last year.
Yeah.
He was much better his first year, obviously, with those weapons there. But I just think, like, in the right system, he could be really good. And he could learn. And if he has a better offensive line, which obviously that's the concern if you go to the Commanders because the offensive line wasn't very good.
But
he's not going to take as many sacks.
They did focus on it this offseason.
Yeah, I mean,
it can't get much worse than what it was last year.
But
not.
I don't care about the ball placement. I think he'll be fine. And I look at like the pressure grade. He had a 59.2, which was 26. But I look at everything else. Deep passing grade, number 3 quarterback in the nation. Intermediate grade, 83.8. 89.1 passing grade. I think he's going to be really damn good. And that's at North Carolina. Like, imagine if he was the starting quarterback
For
at
sure.
LSU or anywhere else. So I think Drake May's the number 2 pick.
So
Plus 140 is a good bet.